Hello guys, welcome back to the Chelsea Godfather channel. It's your Chelsea Godfather reporting back to duty. Please subscribe to my channel for regular Chelsea updates. Let's jump right in. Guys, we are still in the midst of the aftermath of the 2-0 loss against City. It's only been like 3 days ago on Sunday, but guys, time waits for nobody because we have Servette FC tomorrow at the Bridge in the first leg, our first game in the I think it's a playoff game, just to qualify, which is crazy for the UEFA Conference League. So I mean, guys, like, we need to win this game. We need to get in. Yeah, it's not the UEFA tournament that we're hoping to participate in, but Europe is Europe. We have to. I mean, we are halfway in it, and so we might as well make sure that we're fully in it so that we can have a good chance of winning this trophy. So, but in any event, today's news is just dominated by the reports about how brutal Enzo MARESCA has been in terms of basically trimming our squad size, because again, there's been a lot of reports that Enzo has been, he's been hampered by the fact that he's had to basically work with a squad size of over 40 players, about 42 players. But as it turns out, Enzo has come out and said, no, guys, I'm not working with 42 players. I'm only working with 21 players, right? I'm only working with 21. The other 21, I mean, that's not really my problem, guys. I mean, that's why we have a front office, and I've made it clear to the other 21 that you guys are not part of my program. So you all need to kind of find other ways to play, whether it's by loan or by permanent sale, just to at least go out there and find new homes for yourselves. And ouch, I mean, I'm saying ouch. I mean, that is painful. I mean, if your name is Raheem Sterling, if your name is Ben Chilwell, Disasi, obviously our boy Trevor Chalobah, these are the prominent names that are pretty much on top of the the chopping block list. And as you guys can imagine, y'all can imagine the British media, the English media, the England media. They're not actually our BFF, right? They're not Chelsea's BFF, and this is sort of the news that makes the media rub their palms with glee. They're like really happy about this. You're like, yeah, this is exactly the type of news that we can just put out there and use it as a whipping stick to continue to basically beat Chelsea across the forehead with this kind of news. And guys, as brutal as it may appear, this is not a novel situation. I mean, this has happened in the past, in the not so distant past, guys. I mean, I know there's a lot of new fans out there that may not have been old enough when Pep was the manager at Barcelona, and at the point in time, he had a very young player named Messi, right? I think Messi may have been 18 years old at the time. I mean, like we know, we watched Messi, 18-year-old, 19-year-old Messi play against Chelsea in the Champions League at the Bridge when he still had Deco on the team and Ronaldinho on the team playing that were veteran top players for that same 10 spot. At that point in time, Messi was playing. I believe Messi had to play on the right wing. Messi was a right winger way back when. Yes, guys, the Messi that we know and love. Today who primarily operates from the middle with just deadly and devastating effect. He once used to operate primarily as a winger, as a right winger. And at a point, Pep, in his wisdom, realized, and as good as Messi was at the right wing, because believe it or not, Messi back then, no matter where you put him, he was deadly. And so, but he then turned into one kind of deadly, like superhuman, deadly, monster playing in the middle as a false nine. But that didn't happen until Pep, I believe it may have even been just 1 year later. I don't think it was up to 2 years. It was just about the next year. Pep was like, you know what, Deco, Dinho, Ronaldinho, you all need to, find your way out. I mean, you're not. There's not. These are top players. I mean, we're not talking about the level of Chilwell and Sterling. These are like we know Deco. When I say we, I mean Chelsea. Like Deco ended up coming to Chelsea, and he actually helped us win a double in 2009, 2010 when Ancelotti was our manager. So we know the quality of Deco. Well, Deco was cut loose. Um, um, Ronnie was also cut loose, right? And then of course you all know about Yaya. Yaya. Toure. I mean, you guys already know that that Pep just didn't rate him as a midfielder. He basically had Yaya playing in defense as a central defender. He's like guy Yaya. If you want to play, you're gonna have to play as a defender. If you don't want to play as a defender, well, go and find another home. And that's how Yaya ended up at City. That's how Yaya Toure ended up at City because he got tired of playing as a defender at Barcelona. Again, brutal, but it is what it is, right? Okay, fast forward some few years later, our Teta got the job at Arsenal. The year before, Ozil and Aubameyang had featured heavily for Arsenal and actually helped Arsenal to get to the finals of Europa League, right? Which obviously they ran against Chelsea. They came up against Chelsea, and we destroyed them 4-1 in Baku. But the point being that it didn't take long for our Teta to basically drop the big old axe on those two players. And at the point in time, I remember Arsenal fans whining, complaining, criticizing our Teta and whatnot. But guess what? They're not complaining anymore. They still haven't won really much of anything. I know they did win the FA Cup against us. So a few years ago, when I believe we had Lampard as the manager, if memory serves me right. But in any event, Arsenal hasn't really won anything, but you can see that they've made massive strides. They've made massive strides, and they've, in fairness to Arsenal, had it not been that City with Pep has just been some kind of juggernaut, Arsenal probably would have won the league at least once, if not twice, in the last 2 years. So and then obviously Pep, right? Let's not forget that when Pep arrived at City, Pep arrived at City, and Pep, the first thing, he had Joe Hart as the goalie at City, entrenched goalie. Joe Hart actually helped City to actually win, I believe, two Premier League titles, right? I mean, City fans, if I'm wrong, please correct me. But I know that I know Joe Hart helped them win at least, definitely at least one, if not two, a Premier League titles. And boom, I mean, Pep didn't even give him a chance to even kick a ball, and dropped him. And he dropped him for a undersized goalie named Bravo. I believe Bravo was from Chile. That's his country of origin. Now Bravo did not even last for 1 year. I mean, he lasted one season for he wasn't big enough. I mean, he was great with the ball on his feet, but I mean, poor Bravo, couldn't catch a bird, flying in the air. He just had no aerial ability. And so just the very next year, the same Bravo that he spent about, I don't know, 40, 50 million for, he had to axe him and buy and get Edelson the next year, and the rest is history again. Brutal. We're not even going to talk about the defenders that Pep bought and sold. There was a summer Pep spent 200 million on fullbacks alone because he wasn't happy with the fullbacks that he had, and he released the ones that he had. I mean, guys, this is not new, but hey, I guess when it comes to Chelsea FC, anything that's gonna sell papers and basically send our Chelsea fans into meltdown mode, that's the news that is going to be pushed. Because guess what? The sad thing is that a lot of Chelsea fans just you know obviously probably because we haven't won anything in a while. We've been in this building mode for the last 2 years, and it's been a lot of pain, a lot of anguish, and so therefore a lot of fans are they're just tired. They're tired. But guys, this is part of the building process, right? And so, notwithstanding that, fans are easily wound up with these sorts of bad news. The reality is that we have to engage our brains to try and make some sense. Ask ourselves the obvious questions, because the reality for us is we have a brand new manager. And for me, I've been watching the evolution of this team throughout our games in preseason leading up to the last game that we played, and I've been seeing that we've been making some slow but small but steady progress. Now, it's not easy to embrace progress when the results are not there, but hey, the thing is, success comes from one block, one positive step at a time. It's not something that happens overnight. And for me as a fan, I see signs of Chelsea showing signs of success, and I'm hoping and praying with y'all that in our next game, which is tomorrow, we can kick off the new era with a win. Tomorrow, at least try and get our first win under our new manager tomorrow. Guys, how do you feel about today's news? Please like this video. Leave your comments below. Take care. God bless you guys. Peace.